Well, hey there, YouTube. Mike Goodrich here with The Inner Singer, and we are going to do something different today. It's going to be kind of fun. I think it's going to be really fun, actually. Just doing a little experimentation, playing around. I did a reaction video to You Are the Reason. It's a cover, Daryl and Morissette Amon. And I promised at the end of that video that I would deconstruct what they're doing and give you little tools on how to maybe develop this in your own voice. Because when we listen to these guys, I mean, they're awesome. And wouldn't it be cool to be able to do this? And if you can do it already, to be able to refine it. And if you can do it naturally, to know how to keep it. Because a lot of singers do things really naturally, but they don't know how they're doing it. And if you don't know how you're doing it, then you can get in a little trouble once in a while and start going down the wrong path. And we don't want that for you, because if you can do this, we want you to always do it. And if you can't do it, we want you to learn how to do it. So this was my introduction to Daryl. He's fantastic. I love his voice, and he sings so easily in his chest voice through his first bridge into his second bridge in a mix, and that's all I heard him do in this song. But it's gorgeous. Harmonies are fantastic. Fantastic. Vibrato's great. Gets into there beautifully. Morissette Amon, she's like a force of nature. Unbelievable voice. Kind of a great everything, which is awesome. So let's. I'm treating this a little bit like a voice teacher reaction, but I'm not reacting. I already reacted. Go watch that video. But this is going to be technique, but I'm going to go through it because it's a short song, so we can kind of play around a little bit. So let's just play here, okay? Shall we? Here we go. Oh, by the way, let me do some self-promotion first. I've got a free video you might love. I would bet, if I had to put money on it, I would bet that you'd love it. And it's at mikegoodrich.com/free video. How's that for a fancy name? And what it will do, it's my 5-step system to show you how to get into your high notes and develop them and keep them forever. And the bonus in that is to get through your first bridge, and how to get through your first bridge or your break area, to master that, which this guy does so well, right? So we want to be able to master the break and really be able to get that going so we can get into our high notes in the first place. This video will show you how to do that in 5 steps, and it's free. So I would, if I were you, I would get it. Okay, let's go. Here we go.
There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason.
So you see how easy that is? He's on a D4. There goes my heart. It's very easy. It's a very kind of, the way I break these things down is that you've got your chest voice, which is your low voice. You've got head voice, it's a lighter kind of, it sounds like falsetto, but it's not, because we've got chord closure. And then you've got a stronger version of that, which is a mix, right? And so if I go, we could call that head voice, and it's fine to do that. It's totally cool, and it's appropriate. You can call it mix. You can call it a very, very light, easy mix. It's just, but it's not falsetto. Or, stronger mix, right? A little bit more of the quality of chest voice. So he uses all of this stuff. So he's on a D4 right now, and he's just singing a very, I would like to say, heady sound. If we're going to talk about the D as a mix, or we're going to talk about any of this on up, E, F, F sharp, G, as a mix when you're singing soft, then what is a mix, right? A mix is mixing things together. In this case, mix is mixing resonances together, but we can talk about mixing qualities together too, to make it easy. So if you want to refer to this as a mix, it's mixed towards the head voice quality. There goes my re. It's not mixed towards there. It's not mixed towards the chest voice quality, right? Okay, so just to get the semantics so we're on the same page, because there's so much stuff in voice, and it can be confusing. But there's a lot of great science in voice that is kind of bringing everything together. But there's still many ways to talk about it. So the better we can be as getting on the same page, so that when I say something, you know what I'm referring to. When I say it's a mix, and it's mixed towards a head voice quality, then you understand. It's not falsetto. And we could say head voice if we want to, but the challenge when we say head voice is it becomes a gray area, because when do we say, oh, that's not head voice anymore, that's a mix? When is that delineation? So if we just treat it all as a mix and then refer to it as the quality of head voice or the quality of chest voice, it's a little bit easier to explain. Okay, so if that makes sense. But let's continue, shall we?
I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now.
And he even sings a really back now. He doesn't back now. He doesn't drop in real heavy. He just brings it very gently down. Really, really pretty. So he lands in the chest voice, but just beautifully.
There goes my...
See, now he's already singing a little stronger. There goes my... So he's bringing a little bit more of the chest quality. Bang. So it's a mix more towards chest on that D now, right? He's laying into it a little more.
Mind racing, and you are the reason.
I want you to pay particular attention to his mouth and how conversational it is. There's none of this. It's really just like he's having a conversation, And his mouth is not doing anything more than it would be doing if he were just saying these words to us, right?
That I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now.
Great.
I climb every mountain.
See, now that's really a little bit of a voice lesson right there. When he goes up to I'd climb every mountain. Because he's not doing the classic old, I'd climb every mountain, with all of that, right? It's very closed down. That helps him dial in the resonance. I'd climb every mountain, I'm smiling because I'm happy. But, I'd climb every mountain. You don't have to do any of that, right? Any of that. And so he is just nailing it. I love it. And that's through the first bridge. That's a G4, right? So he's walking up right through the bridge, right? And he's going right through. Just seamlessly. Okay, loving that. And, let me give you a quick little thing, an exercise to help you do that. Just take that 5-tone scale, C to G, for you guys. And for you women, we're going to be getting into Morissette Amon too. So but you can learn from this and then, so watch it all. Just say something like new. Very relaxed mouth, right? And almost mouth closed. Almost if you were looking in a mirror like you're a ventriloquist. You can't even see it. Watch. Now, if you get through that and it's holding pretty well, we'll pick up a little bit more weight in a good way and say no, 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 no. It gets a little bit more weight, right? And so that's kind of, and if you were wanting to sing this song along with him, let me get the notes again. Let me get the notes. I'd climb every ba-ba-ba-bum. I want to make sure I get the notes right. I don't want to sing wrong notes for you.
Climb every mountain.
Climb every. Okay, so you're with it live, unedited. La-da-da-dee. Okay, so you could do that on new. New, 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 and get you right in there. And that would be the way. I got gunk, sorry. New, 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 new. So you can do it on new. Walk it right through the bridge like that. Or, killer thing to do, you guys can use semi-occluded exercises. Most of these exercises, or some of them you will know, because we use them to warm up, right? The lip bubble, or the tongue trill, or a hum, or a squeaky door. And you can use those to negotiate that. You can say, here I'm going through the bridge. I'm not going, I'm not doing that. See, all works. The main thing is you want to get through that bridge, well, without doing any of that or without pulling up from the bottom. Okay, let's keep going.
Every ocean, just to be with you.
Beautiful bell.
And fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see.
Okay, how nice is that? Up to the B flat 4. And that is not falsetto, my friends. You probably know that, but if you don't, I'm telling you now. So, and his mouth, he's not doing anything. He's got a perfect ooh vowel, right? But he has a little bite in it. I need you to see, to see. It's so easy for him. I love it. It's fun to do, too. When you can do it, it's really, really fun. And it's not hard. And it really is. That's the funny thing. That's why he can be so relaxed and in the moment and just singing the lyric and paying attention to the, who he's singing with and what he's singing about, because he's not worrying about his voice. Okay? So he's getting into a beautiful mix on that B flat and walking it on down to the G. Nice closed vowels, oo and e, right? That helps a little sometimes, right? So play around with that, and you can do that on new too. New, 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 new. Anything like that. The reason we use the new with our mouth almost closed is because it mimics a semi-occluded exercise. It actually becomes one, and there's a back pressure to the vocal cords that makes it a lot easier to do when you do those things. Okay, so let's keep going.
That you are the reason.
There goes my head shaking, and you are the reason. My heart keeps bleeding. I need you now.
Now what she's doing, I need you now. Now, for a woman, we can call that head voice, right? Because it becomes pretty obvious, right? It really, really becomes pretty obvious in a woman's voice when it's really head voice and really mixed. And a man's, the delineation is a little, weirder. It's more of a gray area. But her runs are spectacular. And the way she goes in and out of head voice, mixed, chest voice, back and forth and back and forth. And that's the same way you develop that is with these semi-occluded exercises, which lighten the weight on the voice. So if you're learning something that she's doing like this, do it on some of those. Do it on the lip bubble, or the hum, or the squeaky, or new, and just kind of vocalize what she's doing on those just to work it into the voice. The idea is you want to establish a vocal line. If you're a skier, like a snow skier, and you go up to the top of a mountain and nobody has skied down that day, you've got to create the trail, right? That's what you're doing with these semi-occluded exercises over and over again, working the line easily, not pulling up from the bottom, but making it as smoothly and easily as you can. Don't try and be perfect, it's okay, but as smoothly as easily as you can. What you're doing is you're like skiing down once, and you're skiing down again, and by the end of the day, you've got a path that it's almost hard to break out of. And that's what you want to do with the voice, because then, once you put the words on, they're more apt to stay where they belong in the vocal line, okay? Especially if we're not doing a lot of that stuff. So, let's keep going.
If I could turn.
And she's laying into it a little bit more. I've got to figure out a way with these headphones and the microphone in my setup. I don't know what I touch, but I have a feeling you just heard a thing that affects the microphone, and I wish I could not do that. And I will figure that out. So I hope it doesn't annoy anybody besides me. But anyway, let's keep going.
Back the clock, make sure the lights feel.
Loving that. That's the same B flat 4 that Daryl sang at the end. she's laying into it a little bit more. And you hear her vowel on the A vowel on make. It's not ma, it's make. It's almost like if you had an Irish accent and you said an A vowel. It's got some E in there. Make, make, make. So that is the way to sing an A vowel on that B flat, which is right in the middle of her bridge. And for you women, the bridge, you're first. For the men, you're second. But that's how to do that. And you notice she didn't do this, none of that, right? Make every do. You know, just really, really, really good. So that's how to get that in there. And the runs are like flawless, man. Runs are flawless. The less weight you have in the voice and the more balanced the voice is, the more flexible it can become. And you can do those runs. I got a video somewhere on riffs and runs, you know, which I teach and I do them well, but you know, I'm probably not the guy for that. I'm the guy that gets you conditioned enough to be able to do them, but my specialty isn't to teach riffs and runs. But there certainly are some people on YouTube and some people that I know that are fantastic at riffs and runs. So I wouldn't jump into their lane. But the flexibility and the dexterity and the relaxation and the vocal registration, getting through all the registers easily, is my specialty and what I do. And from there, the runs become pretty darn easy.
Every hour of every day, keeping you safe. I climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken, 'cause I need you to see
that you are the reason.
So basically, she's doing the same thing he did in the same key. It's awesome. So, you know, the lesson is clear for both of them, doing the exact same thing in the same key. Of course, now they're singing harmonies. But she's doing what he did, right? To see. Just lightening it up, singing. In her, she went a little more heady than he had, a little bit more bite in there. She backed off a little bit, right? Just for fun. Now they got the cool harmonies going. Let's see what they do. You notice how she just smiles because she's happy. It's not any of that stuff. And he's just so relaxed. And they can, I really can't emphasize that enough. So many singers do way too much with this. They chew their words and they do all this and they take a bite of an apple and act like you're big open throat and all this nonsense. You know, that's just a load of, you know, you don't need to do that. Singing is as natural as speech. And as you get good and the voice gets coordinated and you get balanced and registrated through the registers, you can begin to more artistically dial in the resonance and refine things. But it's never about any of that nonsense. And you notice the great ones just don't do that. So, again, that's my soapbox.
I don't wanna hurt no more. I don't wanna cry no more. Come back, I need you to hold me.
Closer now, just a little closer now, come a little closer.
Wow, did you hear her on close enough? Her O vowel is so beautiful, clo, and her enough is and man. And it's just expressive. It's just fun to watch somebody who's communicating without trying to get the notes. You know, what I want to teach you is how not to have to try to get the notes. So the notes are just there. And once the voice is, like I say, registrated, which you can really start doing with these semi-occluded exercises, don't think of these things as just being for warm-ups. Okay, I've done my lip roll, I've done my tongue trill, I've done my hum, I've done my squeaky door, I've done my straw. Here we go. We can do it with the straw as well. You know, I've done, and now I'm going to get on to singing and just leave all that behind. No, use these semi-occluded exercises as ways to registrate and strengthen your vocal line so you can put words on it and sing like these guys. Okay?
I need you to hold me tonight.
Man up on that F on the beautiful E vowel, Morissette, Amon. And I can't even sing that high. It's an octave above the F. I have done it in the past, but I'm not going to crash and burn like right here and say, oh, sorry, I missed that note for you. But it's a combination of an I and an E. So it's not ni, it's not a squeezed E, it's a balanced E. All the vowels share qualities of each other. Just like colors, just like this green shares, different shades of green or blue or yellow or all that. The vowels share different shades and qualities of each other. And these guys have it dialed in.
I climb every mountain.
Okay. So she's on a C. She's belting a C, which is challenging for women. Some women fear that, right? Women that are singing too heavy in their chest voice, that's the top of their range. They say, well, I can kind of belt a C once in a while. It's right in the middle of her voice. It's like a low note, right? Why? Because she's dialed in the resonance. She's in her mix. Look at her mouth. Mountain. That's a ma. None of that, right? Huh? Him the same way.
And swim every ocean just to be with you.
Okay. So she's up on an E natural in her second bridge, E5, just nailing it on an sound, ja, and it's not ja, it's ja, and sitting in there so beautifully. Wow, I'm gonna have to try and edit that text out. I don't know. The one thing about an iPhone I don't understand, I can't get my darn texts not to show up on my darn screen when I'm making a darn video. Why is that your problem? My text shouldn't be your problem. They just became your problem. So if I can't edit that out, then you'll have no idea. If I edit it out, then hey, you won't see this. But if I can't figure it out, then I've ranted yet again.
And fix what I've
Broken. He's higher than he sounds, right? He's going up to an A in a second bridge. Broken. So I'm sorry I'm banging that so loud. That's going to be a nightmare in editing. But she's up here above him, right? But he's in his second bridge, going into his second bridge anyway. So it sounds like he's singing low, but he's not singing low. And same thing. I mean, the vowels are just perfect, and he's negotiating that bridge, And that's how he's doing it. Now, granted, I don't know these two. I don't know these two at all. I hugely admire them. I have no idea if they've ever studied. You guys probably do. They may just be really, really natural singers. Whatever. I don't care if they're natural. I don't care if they've studied for 10 years. Whatever it is, they're doing it right, and they're doing it good. Here we go.
I need you to see.
Now he went a little bit lighter on there. And she went higher, and it was awesome.
See that you are the reason.
Okay, so the things that probably made a lot of noise again. The things you can take away from this is you want to get the voice registrated. How do you do that? I suggest using some semi-occluded exercises to do that. And we've already gone over those, so I won't bore you again with it. Or new with your mouth almost closed. No, 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 no. That helps. As you can pick up a little bit more weight in the voice, and that's working, go to no. That'll pick up a little more weight. No, 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 no. Okay? And then when you add the lyrics, you want to keep that vertical vocal line that nu and no puts you in, and you want to keep the ease and the flexibility that you get when you're doing those semi-occluded exercises. And don't be concerned if you feel things shifting in there. You should. In other words, if I do this, you feel the lift I get in the first bridge here, and then the second one there, right? See, I'm showing you where that is. Now, years ago when I first learned how to do that exercise, I thought that was wrong. And that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. I thought that was wrong. I thought feeling that shift, I thought I was letting go and going into falsetto. So I was trying to do, thought, oh, I can't do it, you know. It keeps letting go on me. It keeps going into falsetto. And my teacher said, it's not falsetto. No. That's what's supposed to happen. You feel that release, and yet you maintain chord closure. First release, second release, but I maintain chord closure. It didn't go, that's falsetto. Well, all of a sudden I feel like I'm imitating a horse. Like, that ain't it. My chords aren't working anymore. Release and hold. Release and still stay with chord closure, okay? And all of those semi-occluded exercises, that's the goal. And then when you do the new, that's not falsetto either. That's what we want, okay? When you can do that, like I can do that now to B flat, B, C, all the way up to the extension of my range all the time, and I've been doing it for years. But then if I had to sing that song tomorrow with my wife or some other singer, I could do it. I could do his part. I just have to learn the harmonies. And it's not because I'm so great, because I could never do it before, right? I could not do this. So that's why I'm emphasizing you can do this, okay? Anyway, go grab my free video. It's not going to be anywhere on the interwebs. And it's going to really show you a lot of stuff about how to do this stuff, okay? Shows you how to really nail your first bridge, fix your break, and get into your high notes. It's really all about that. And it's called my THF System. And it's really cool. 5 steps, boom, go get it. MikeGoodrich.com/free video. Link is in the description. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, subscribe. I'm going to do more like this. This was kind of a fun one to do because it wasn't a reaction video, but it was fun going through it and showing you what they do and giving you some tips on how you might be able to do it yourself, okay? And I think you can, okay? So, yes, subscribe if you'd like to, and like if you'd like to, and comment. I love your comments. Tell me what else you'd like me to do. What else you'd like me to teach? You know, what the heck? It would be fun. I might as well do what you want to hear and what you want to learn. And other than that, I think that is it. Okay? I always feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. So I'll see you in the next video, and booyah! There you go. Bye-bye.